Hi, and welcome to today. This is Dr. Zali, and this is 15 minutes at Dr. Zali's desk. Today's last week's chat was about bullying. Can you remember? If you don't, please go back and have a look at what happened and what was discussed within bullying, because people living with facial eye disfigurement or facial disfigurement or visible difference experience a lot of bullying. But this week we're talking about the love life and whether or not we can find love, and whether or not people do get married or find a lifelong partner, or even have children for that matter. And what I'm presenting today in this week's chat is really some sobering and quite somber research, and that it's just true, but can be a bit tough to hear. Or it could be a relief to know that you're not the only one that has experienced things like this. So all the information that I've spent many hours gathering, reading, and I have even wrote academic articles on that have now published. Every bit of information that I'm giving you today has been well supported via my own research or from other forms of research. But this research predominantly comes from the Disfigurement in the UK report that came out in 2017. A little bit older now, but still by far means the most comprehensive report written that I've found to date. I'm just tracking over there to bring the next banner. So what does research tell us about? Research finds interesting research into the findings of love online, right? Online love. So out of this research, it says 9 out of 10 people who used dating websites have had uninvited, unpleasant remarks about their appearance from others. That's nearly 90. That's 90%, 9 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. 6 in 10, so 60% of the respondents, have said that they have avoided dating or going on a date because of their appearance. Have you experienced that? Have you thought, oh no, my face is not really well, I don't like looking at my face, neither does anyone else. I'm not going to go on a date, or I don't feel good enough to date. You know? So that's 6 in 10 people. So if that is you, you are not alone. And almost 3/3 of respondents said that they had to use when they had used a dating app or website. So 1/3 of the respondents had used a dating app or website, and of these, 44% said that their condition was visible in their profile pic, and 92% had said that they received negative comments or feedback about their appearance. So 1/3 of the people who were in this research had dated or had gone on a dating app or website, and 44% of those said that their visible difference or facial disfigurement was visible in their profile app pic, and then 92% of those said that they had received negative feedback or comments about their appearance. which is a bit daunting, isn't it? Really? It's a little bit hard to wear, but you know, I've experienced that. I've had my actual face, my actual eye cropped out, and this eye pasted over this eye, photoshopped it was, to take out my eye, you know, to make it open. Yeah, and this was on a advertisement that I won't name who it was from, but it was from an organisation that should have known better. Research on marriage or partnership. What about having children? Well, 30% of respondents are in long-term relationship with over more than 6 years, and 44% of them were in marriage. So it is possible to find love. It is possible to find long-term committed relationships. And, you know, that's 43%. So that's nearly 50% of the people living that were actually asked to respond to some questions said that they were in a marriage or a civil relationships. And, pardon me, most conditions living with a facial disfigurement or a facial eye disfigurement do not cause, they don't have any effect on fertility any more than anyone else, yeah? But 92% of the respondents said that their condition did not even affect. So 92% of the people said no, their issue didn't affect actually having children. However, more than 3/4, so over 75% of them said that their disfigurement had impacted on their decision to have a child, or whether or not it was what I call second generation discrimination. So whether or not you are facially disfigured and have a non-facially disfigured child, and the bullying that contends with and makes. Hello, someone is online. Let's see whether or not they're having comments. They haven't made any comments yet. Thank you for joining us. Perhaps you have got comments. Perhaps you have got comments on how you find. Let's have a chat. If you've found that it's hard dating or finding a partner, what's the things? There's a comment. Well, thank you, Tabitha, for coming online. So Tabitha says that my husband says he doesn't even notice it. That is very good news, Tabitha, because when people love us, I've found that people say, well, what disfigurement? What do you mean? You know, and they take you on board because they love who you are, not what you look like so far, because everyone ages and our face changes. Like, you think of how we are when we first go. And so Tabitha has written again. So others mention my gap and he forgets I have one. Yes, exactly. So when people first notice us, Tabitha, and everyone else that's listening, they notice the eye, or for Tabitha, it's a gap. I think it's in between your in your teeth. Yes, Tabitha, is that what you're talking about? And so when people get over that initial shock or thing, then they find out who you are. And Tabitha says yes, it's a gap between her teeth. Thank you, Tabitha. So you find yourself partnered or newly diagnosed with a facial disfigurement, and you're thinking, oh, does my partner find me attractive still? Am I still sexy? Do they do they experience it? Or perhaps they're saying, no, I love you for who you are. I don't see anything, and they're minimizing your experiences, or they are not listening with an listening and open heart to your own experiences. Perhaps you need to talk openly about your feelings using sentences beginning with I feel I feel unattractive because of my face, or I feel when I look in the mirror I don't feel attractive, and I just need you just to listen and validate my experiences and my feelings. I don't need you to say you don't need to worry, I still love you, and that's great to know. But what I really need you to know now is how I feel. If you're single, as we've already said, will someone find me attractive? Yes. Will they love the way that I look? Well, Tabitha says, I'm just going to go back to Tabitha's comments, and Tabitha says she has a husband and he doesn't even notice her gap in her teeth. So if Tabitha can find a boyfriend and then marry her boyfriend, then it's possible. Anything is possible. Is it harder? Yes. Does it take guts? Yes. Will we probably have to wait a little bit longer for that person? Yes. But don't give up hope. Go out with friends. If you need some support, come to a get support. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay. So if you're feeling like you are, in your 30s and everybody else is getting married, or everybody else is doing this, or even in your 20s, or even grieving over the fact that perhaps you're not going to find a mate, perhaps you're not going to have a child. Well, I have a child and I have been married, and so it is all possible. Remember, it's okay not to feel okay. And remember to practice some self-care today, and throughout this next week, because I've brought up lots of research that has pointed to the difficulty, the fact that we are bullied online because of our faces, and we've had rude comments on dating websites and dating apps. But this is a part of life for us, whether or not we like it or not. We can choose to hide, or we can choose to learn how to deal with things in a healthy manner for us. So where can you go for help? You can go to Lifeline, or you can go to us at Karibu Anawim, because we offer counselling services, one-to-one counselling services. We offer professional development for professionals on all things to do with facial disfigurement. And there are some free self-help guides, maybe not necessarily targeted towards love life and what to do with our love life, or what not to do with our love life, but this is where we go for help. And you can connect with us at inquiries with an I, Nquiries. inquiries at Karibu Anawim, KARIBUANAWIM for Mary.com. And next week, we will be looking at jobs and potential careers and how that affects us and what we do when we're in a job situation or going for a job, or what the likelihood of ourselves getting a job and that sort of thing. So please remember to take care. If you've been triggered by anything that has been said, if you feel sad, remember to take care of yourself, and you can reach out to us on our website or through emailing us. Until next time, same place, next week. Goodbye. Oh, and I'm going up to end the stream with my eyes. Please come with me. Bye-bye.